Elon Musk is an entrepreneur and investor with a net worth of $230 billion. Musk first displayed entrepreneurial talent when he was just a kid. He taught himself how to code and created and sold his first computer game, Blastar, when he was just 12 years old. But he's come a long way since then. His first real venture was a software company called Zip2, which he sold to Compaq for $340 million in 1999, pocketing himself a nice $22 million. He then invested his earnings into starting the online payments company, PayPal, and sold it to eBay for $1.5 billion in 2002, earning himself a cool $175 million. But Musk's success didn't stop there. He wanted more, and his next two ventures were about to make him a billionaire. First, Musk started SpaceX, a space exploration company, of which he owns 43%. Next, he started Tesla, an electric vehicle company, of which he owns 24%. In 2022, Musk also bought social media giant Twitter for $44 billion. Learn from Elon Musk's most inspirational quotes and apply his knowledge in your journey towards financial prosperity. If you get up in the morning and think the future is going to be better, it's a bright day. Otherwise, it's not. I think it's possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. Failure is an option. If things are not failing, you're not innovating enough. I don't ever give up. I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated. Some people don't like change, but you need to embrace change if the alternative is disaster. Patience is a virtue, and I'm learning patience. It's a tough lesson. I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. The single best piece of advice is to constantly think about how you could be doing things better and questioning yourself. People should pursue what they're passionate about. That will make them happier than pretty much anything else. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. I don't create companies for the sake of creating companies, but to get things done. People work better when they know what the goal is and why. You get paid in direct proportion to the difficulty of problems you solve. Constantly seek criticism. A well-thought-out critique of whatever you're doing is as valuable as gold. If you need inspiration, don't do it. Constantly think about how you could be doing things better. Don't confuse schooling with education. I didn't go to Harvard, but the people that work for me did. Whatever you do, whatever you get into, even if you're the best of the best, there's always a chance of failure. So it's important that you really like whatever you're doing. If you don't like it, life is too short. If you like what you're doing, you think about it even when you're not working. It's something that your mind is drawn to, and if you don't like it, you just can't make it work. If the rules are such that you can't make progress, then you have to fight the rules. I was raised by books, and then my parents. Never chase the next hot thing. Stop trying to chase the wave you will never catch it. You always, for the most part, find out about that stuff too late. Instead, do what you're really passionate about, what you really love. That will position you before the wave even hits. That's how you take advantage. It's very important to have a feedback loop where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. Life is too short for long-term grudges. Don't let anything hold you back. Imagination is the limit. Go out there and create some magic. Take risks now. Do something bold. You won't regret it. Most people can learn a lot more than they think they can. They sell themselves short without trying. It's important to view knowledge as sort of a semantic tree. Make sure you understand the trunk and big branches. That is the fundamental principles. Before you get into the leaves, that is the details, or there is nothing for them to hang on to. Persistence is very important. You should not give up, unless you are forced to give up. Don't delude yourself into thinking that something is working when it's not. I always have optimism, but I'm realistic. The first step is to establish that something is possible. Then probability will occur. For me, it was never about money, but solving problems for the future of humanity. You have to be pretty driven to make it happen. Otherwise, you will just make yourself miserable. I could either watch it happen or be a part of it. When you struggle with a problem, that's when you understand it. You shouldn't do things differently just because they're different. They need to be better. My mentality is that of a samurai. I would rather commit seppuku than fail. Work like hell. You just have to put in 80 to 100-hour weeks every week. This improves the odds of success. There's a tremendous bias against taking risks. Everyone is trying to optimize their ass covering. I wouldn't say I have a lack of fear. In fact, I'd like my fear emotion to be less, because it's very distracting and fries my nervous system. It's okay to have your eggs in one basket, as long as you control what happens to that basket. If anyone thinks they'd rather be in a different part of history, they're probably not a very good student of history. Life needs to be more than just solving problems every day. You need to wake up and be excited about the future, be inspired, and want to live. The idea of lying on a beach as my main thing just sounds like the worst. It sounds horrible to me. I would go bonkers. I would have to be on serious drugs. I'd be super duper bored. I like high intensity. What makes innovative thinking happen? It's a mindset. I say something, and then it usually happens. Maybe not on schedule, but it usually happens.